Okay, the last time it froze, so this is what should have been written down. Okay, so now number 7. What is the slope of the graph of y equals 19x plus 4? This equation is written in slope-intercept. Remember that m is the slope. So which number in this equation is in front of x or takes the place of m? M equals 19, so that is my slope. Okay. Number 8, graph the given equation. So in order to graph, I need my slope and I need my y-intercept. This equation is not in slope-intercept, so we need to follow our steps. We need to move the x, change the sign. So instead of negative, it's positive. Then we need to divide by the number in front of y. So when we do that, we get y equals 3 minus 3/4 x. So if I'm writing that in the correct order, I have y equals negative 3/4 x plus 3. So my m is negative 3/4. My b is positive 3. Remember, when we're graphing, b stands for begin, and this is where you begin on y. So we're going to begin at 3. Okay, since our slope is negative, remember with every slope you have two options. So since it's negative, we can go down and to the right, or we can go up and to the left. So first we're going to start with the down. So we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, right 4. And I'm going to do that again. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to start at the beginning again, but I'm going to go the opposite way. So I'm going to go up 3, left 4. I'm going to do that one more time. And it's just an equation, so it's equal, so it's just a solid line. Okay, so let's look at the next one. It says, which graph represents the given function? So it's very similar to the one we just did. So our function is 7x plus 2y equals 14. So we're going to start and we're going to move the x. And then step 2, we're going to change the sign. So it's going to be a minus 7x. Step 3, we're going to divide by the number in front of y. So we're going to divide everything by 2. So when we do that, we get y equals 7 minus 7 over 2x, or y equals negative 7/2 x plus 7. So in this equation, my m is negative 7/2. So I know since it's negative, my line needs to go down. So we can already eliminate C and D because they're going up. My B is 7. So that's where we begin on the y-axis. That's my y-intercept. The only one left that crosses at 7 on y is answer choice B. Okay. Which graph would represent the solution set of the inequality? You need to make sure it's in slope-intercept, especially on inequalities, because you could have to flip it. So we need to move the x, change the sign. Remember, there's a 1, so we're just dividing everything by 1. So since we're dividing by a positive, I don't need to flip it. So I'm going to have y is less than negative 6 minus x. or y is less than negative x minus 6. Okay, so my m is negative 1, my b is negative 6. So let's make sure they all cross at negative 6. And they do. My slope is negative, so my line should be going down. So I can get rid of C and D again. Okay. Remember, if it's less than, it's going to be dashed. So they're all dashed. And less means I'm going to shade below the line. So the only one shaded below is answer choice A. Okay, number 11. Which linear equation can be used to represent a line perpendicular to the given line in the graph and passing through the point 8, 2? So I'm going to go ahead and label my point X and Y. The line on the graph is this line here. So it is a horizontal line, which means it's holy. So if I need a line perpendicular, I need the other one. So I need the vux, which means I'm looking at the x. So my point, the x value is x equals 8. So my answer is B. Okay, number 12. Which equation best describes the graph? So remember, these are in point slope. So point slope was y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I would go ahead and I would find the slope of the line to see if I can eliminate anything. So I'm going to start here and here. We're counting by ones, so I'm going up 1, 2, 3. So remember, slope on a graph is rise over run. So I have 3 over 1, 2, 2. So my m should be 3 over 2. So I can get rid of this second answer choice. Okay, now I'm looking at the point of, remember, when we enter it in the equation, it's opposite. So this point really is negative 4, and this is a negative 2. So the point there is negative 2, negative 4. The point here is really just 2, 4. Okay, so I need to see which of those points is on the line. So if I go to negative 2, negative 4, 1, 2, 3. That point's not on the line, so I know it's not that one. So it has to be this second one, or the last one. Okay. Use the table below and create the best linear function. Predict the number of times the dishwasher is used if the total number of dishes washed is 400. So this is another one that we can go ahead and enter in to Desmos. So we're going to go to Desmos. And I'm going to go ahead and add my table. So we're going to enter the x values. And then we're going to enter our y values. Okay, and then y1 worm. So we're going to have y1 worm mx1 plus b. So our equation is y equals 26x plus 0. Because it told us our m was 26, our b was 0. So we have y equals 26x. So now to predict the number of, if the number of dishes washed is 400, That is my y value. So I'm going to plug that in. So I'm going to have 400 equals 26x, and I'm going to divide by 26. So when I do that, I get 15.3, but I can't run the dishwasher 15.3 times. If I only run it 15 times, I'm not going to get all the dishes washed. So my answer would be 16 times. Okay. All right, number 14. The total cost for attending the state fair can be found using the function y equals 15 plus 2.5x, where x is the number of food tickets purchased. If a family purchases between 5 and 10 food tickets, what is the domain and range of the situation? So between tells me that I need to have my inequality set up. Remember, domain is x, range is y. So it tells me that x is the food tickets, so I know that 5 and 10 are my x values. Okay, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can go to Desmos and enter that equation. So y equals 15 plus 2.5x, and then make a table. So using the gear, click the table, and then we can enter 5 and we can enter 10. So that tells me 27.5 is the smallest number on the range, and 40 is the biggest number. Okay, another way to do it, you can just plug in the 5 and the 10. So 15 plus 2.5 times 5 is going to give you 27.5. 15 plus 2.5 times 10 is going to give you 40. Either of those works. Okay, number 15. It says, what is the rate of change? So we have a graph, so we're going to do rise over run. So I'm going to pick 2 points. I'm going to start here at the origin and pick this first point. So I'm going up one box, one space, but I'm counting by 80s. So I'm really going up plus 80. So that's going to be my rise is 80. Then I'm going over one box, but I'm counting by 2s. So that's going to be plus 2. So 80 over 2 is going to give me a rate of change of 40. The y-intercept is down here where it crosses the y-axis. It is just 0, 0. Okay, number 16, same concept as before. So I'm going to pick my points. Okay, so we're going up 1, but that's really 50. We're going over 1. This time it really is 1. So our rate of change is 50 over 1, which is just 50. Our y-intercept, again, is 0, 0. Okay, number 17. Which of the following describes the meaning of the y-intercept in the graph? So remember, when we graph, the y-intercept is where we begin. Another word for begin would be start, or sometimes you'll see initial. So the y-intercept is where we're starting. So I would look for things like that. So it says y-intercept 0, 50 means that 50 deposits took place. So if we look at the y isn't deposits, y is balance. So the 50 is not representing deposits. So that's why A is wrong. 0, 50 means that $50 are owed to the bank. Since we're talking about a savings account, you're not going to owe the bank any money. 0, 50 means the account started out with $50 when it was opened. So before we made any deposits, we started with $50. That would be answer choice